Hi everybody! Welcome to Ravenloft Misfits, Misfit Monday. I'm Johnny, I'm the DM. For a list of the cast names, social pronouns, all the good stuff, check the chat and the episode description, which is formally updated with Jaden's info. Ooh. Please make sure to follow us, subscribe to the channel, do the things, tell your friends, leave us a review on podcast channels, and join our Discord, do the things. Yeah. Zach.
Sorry, I was fixing something so I could pull up our own stream and listen to our chat and watch the beautiful map of Roll20 that's on here, on the website, the map that I'm assuming you created, right, Johnny?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look, he made his own map and he uploaded it to Roll20 so that we can all play it together through the magic of the internet. That's the power of Roll20, and that's what makes it possible to play this campaign.
True that. Thanks, Roll20.
Thank you, Roll20.
You're the best. And then we also want to thank Sirenscape for allowing us to use their super cool, super dope music app that we've been using ever since the beginning of the campaign. If you are interested in trying it out on your own, you could check the chat or the episode description for a direct link. Then, if you get the Super Siren subscriber, you can also get all of the stuff, pretty much everything. And you can make your own stuff, and you can put your own audio in there. This one time, I was playing a home game, and I just jokingly somebody said something about Linkin Park having like a song in there, and I jokingly downloaded a song, put it on, I can't remember which one it was, and it was the fucking coolest, the coolest shit ever, because we were in combat too. It was fucking sweet. Anyway, so you could do that with Sirenscape, so check it out.
Possibilities are limitless.
So many possibilities. Now, let's recap. Not a lot happened, at least in terms of events, outside of a newcomer that joined the group. You all spoke about the elephant in the room, which, of course, is Blaire and her need to go to the Amber Temple. While that conversation was happening, Lumaria joined, and there were some questions, both sides to each other, and eventually you all went to bed, starting a long rest. Not before, though, Vaughn was able to do an alarm spell around the area that Blaire was sleeping. At around that time, Katya and Lumaria had set up for the first watch, and there was a conversation about possibly just allowing Blaire to go into the Amber Temple and do what she needs to do so that you can have a powerful ally in the fight with Strahd. But before that was concluded, it was the end of the watch, and that brought us to Citron's watch. Which, of course, he began casting. I don't even know how to say it. Let me.
Gias.
Gias? Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Gias.
Got it. Cool. Gias. In an attempt to tell Blaire to not go. Or something along those lines, I'm sure. However, after the first round of casting this, Blaire had woken up and seen this. She grabbed onto her halberd and threateningly asked what Citron was doing. And at the point that he continued the casting, that is when we rolled initiative. So, with initiative rolled, we're going to move into combat. We are going to start with Lumaria. You are first in the round of combat. Even though most people are surprised currently, outside of Lumaria, Vaughn, Citron, and Blaire. So, for this first round, Lumaria, what would you like to do?
So assessing the circumstances, Lumaria's first objective is to actually just try to split the difference between the two, and will intentionally try to place themselves in between, like very casually and like the usual hands up approach, closer to Blaire.
Okay.
I don't know what is going on, but perhaps we can, and we'll like motion towards Blaire in like a calm, if we can just breathe. And as I do that, I am going to do a slight wisp of my hand, as there will be a bit of what looks like black flames or perhaps shadows that dance along the hand, and will then bring it to the pouch pocket on the right side, securing my pocket, and
Sure.
we'll simply leave it there.
Okay. All right. Vaughn.
Yeah. I see what's happening over there?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to bonus action enter my blade song,
Okay.
and then I'm going to action stealth. I'm gonna
Okay.
attempt to do a little scooch around to kind of get as close to it as possible, as close to Blair as possible without her noticing me.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do a stealth check, which I imagine you're going to excel at.
I mean, I was gonna say I'm not dex-based, but
23.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. You don't see, with the broken walls that are around this building, you're able to hop behind and kind of crawl your way over towards the backside of Blair without her noticing.
Yeah.
Do I need to give perception to notice that right now?
If you'd like to, yeah. Actually, I would say that would be more of your passive, because you're looking towards Blair and you're not really like looking around. So what is your passive perception?
26.
26? God
Wow.
damn. Right on.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, you see it for sure.
Okay.
All right. Vaughn, that is your turn.
Yeah, I'll just like summon one of my psychic knives.
Of course. Citron.
Ooh. Citron's going to stop casting his spell.
Stop casting his spell. Okay.
Um,
All right.
Yeah, and ooh, he's going to. His shield's going to be on the ground. He's going to be gripping it, and he will look past Lumari at Blair and think back to his conversation earlier with Beatrice, and look, I'm just trying to keep something bad from happening. And that's kind of directed towards everyone, I guess.
Sure. Okay.
May I respond or do I have to wait?
Well, let's go to Blair. Is that the end of Citron, what he's doing?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
All right. Going to Blair. You see she grabbed onto her halberd and you saw flames erupting from it. As she turns to look at you, you can see the flames of her hair were beginning to burn brighter. But as you stop casting, you can see that the flames are dulling. And she is currently not hostile. It seems like she was only keeping you from doing whatever you might have been doing. And now that you've stopped, she places the halberds butt end into the ground and just looks towards you and says, I understand you're trying to make something not terrible happen, but you're trying to cast something behind my back?
May I respond?
Yeah, absolutely. We're out of combat.
Okay. Now, normally I think that's a terrible spell, but after hearing that you might be going to the Amber Temple, I'm pulling out all the stops. I can't allow you to go there.
She just
Not
looks
if
at
you're gonna
you.
try and awaken a dark power.
I'm not awakening any dark power. Bahamut himself has told me that there is a piece of him in there. And I need to secure it. Let it free. Let it rejoin him.
I'm going to use an ability that has a very low chance of actually succeeding.
Sure.
Oh.
It is called Divine Intervention. I can call my
Okay.
deity to intervene on my behalf. Um, so Citron's going to say, all right, this might not work, but let's see if we can contact Bahamut himself about
Hmm.
this. Again, no guarantee this will work, but
Go ahead.
I just quite frankly don't believe you. Okay, so my cleric level is 12, so I need to use a D100.
You need to roll a 12 or lower.
Easy.
Yeah, super
Oh,
easy.
no
Just a
problem.
12% chance. That's
On
like
the
a
D100.
19 or a
Okay.
20. Even more than that. Ooh.
You know, just missed it.
Just missed
Oh,
it.
It's close though.
so close. All right. I imagine his shield starts to glow and then it fizzles out. All right. Well, there goes that plan.
DM, do I know any validity of this statement about Bahamut? Or more so, does my mentor, has they provided me information that would suggest this is true or false?
Neither. I would say that you haven't heard this claim.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do believe we are. Yeah, things are calm. We breathe. We take a moment.
I'm good.
I'm gonna establish a telepathic link with Blair. And just
Okay.
go, do you believe any little voice in your head?
You see she like looks around as if she knows something happens, but then quickly ignores it knowing that it's you. She looks
A lot
over
of things
towards
can
where you
say
were
different
sleeping.
things and pretend they're different things. It's easy enough to do. And
I
Vaughn
don't
will pop their
expect-
head over.
She's like, what the fuck? I don't expect any of you to believe me. Especially where we are. I know having hope here is something that is a far reach. But if you think that you're gonna stop me, you have another thing coming.
I've woken
No,
up
all right.
by this point.
Oh yeah, everybody's woken up at this point.
Okay,
There was a
yeah.
whole bunch of commotion.
If I may, Citron, let her go. It's
How
okay.
about this? I join her. If it's about Bahamut, then I think it's something I should be involved in as a cleric of Bahamut. So maybe I'll just do that. And then if we get there, and I think little squiggly wiggly, it's not something I like,
Actually,
then I'll
I
do something
don't-
about it.
I don't think I want you coming with me. Not after the stunt that you just tried to pull.
You know, I'll actually give her that one. That makes sense.
Well,
I will say
Fair
with her in
point.
that one. I do think, Blair, that you're going to be foolish and accidentally release a dark power, even if you are there to go do Bahamut to get whatever. Because what's Bahamut actually going to do to help here? And the chances are you're more likely to release one of the dozens of dark powers that are just hanging out over there, or you're going to get murdered like Casimir did, or something else.
I guess we'll find out what that something else is.
Yeah, I hope you have fun, and I hope that maybe we'll see you again.
Citron is thinking about the possibility of a dark power being released. He thinks back to when he was brought back to life. That moment when Strahd died and darkness filled the land, and his dragonborn corpse was, along with all the corpses of everyone else in the Argynvost army, suddenly being alive again after rotting away I'm not sure how long it was between their defeat and Strahd.
A couple years, not long.
A couple years. Yeah. Uh, Suddenly being alive, being in this fog of death before gaining sentience, and hating it, being so frustrated, and he doesn't know what'll happen if more darkness gets out there. He doesn't want he can't have that.
So what does Citron do?
Um, I'm sorry, I'm not letting her go.
I understand your apprehension, Citron, and I
Do you?
maybe not the magnitude of it, but I understand why you don't want to let her go, and I don't either, but I do not want to come to blows with a friend at this point. It's better off this way.
No, it's not.
You see she looks around Lumaria. I mean this with the utmost respect, Citron. As a person in my order, I would like to see you try and stop me. You can see, like, her wings, like, flaring up behind her.
I think Citron's wings are from his feet. His wings are flaring up behind him. His dragon wings. He looks around at everyone else, though, particularly at Katja. Everyone else is just saying to let her go. He thinks he can't take everyone on. So he backs down. And
I'm
he
not going to fight
walks
you
away.
either, Citron.
Okay.
But I don't want to see anybody hurt.
is just gonna hop over those walls and leave the area to go cool off.
Cool. Blair, at this point, with absolutely zero fakeness going on anymore. The truth is out. She's leaving. She just looks around at each of you, gathering her things that were already gathered, just basically putting on her pack.
I hope you have fun, Blair. Since we'll deliver the skull for you, shirking your orders, duties, and all of that, we'll do that job for you. No worries at all. We'll get that all wrapped up.
As far as I'm concerned, that's not the order that I was a part of. They haven't done anything for centuries. I tried to tell them that this would be the best bet at getting Strahd dead. And they do nothing. So, I'm not shirking any orders.
That plan won't work, if just so you know.
And who are you?
We met earlier during the whole moment of after the fight.
What authority do you have to tell me that it doesn't work, is what I mean.
Well, I know more about perhaps the Emperor Temple than you. I know more about Strahd than you could ever fathom. I don't know what authority you need other than the fact that I know more than you in this case.
Okay. And what would you suggest I do then? Just let it go?
Oh, no, not at all. No. Just your approach is going incorrectly. If you go suffused with the nature of what you're trying to unleash, you just become a vessel. In truth, you succeed and then you become a worse version of Strahd, or you unleash something worse than Strahd. It's like trying to kill a rat with a cougar. Once the rat's gone, who's to deal with the cougar?
I guess I just don't see myself as a cougar.
You're too young.
I knew I needed to throw some sort of a description at the end of that. I knew I needed to. Your words, not mine. No. I guess I just don't see myself as a bigger threat than Strahd.
Do you know how Thorod began? Just a child who then learned a few tricks with swords, maybe learned to seek love in the wrong ways, then learned to become more vile, or perhaps just became harder to love, and then over time turned into a monster. No one believes they are the villain of the story, not until the blade punches their heart, or until they plunge the blade in someone else's.
Speaking of blades, Blair, you know there's gaps that you're ignoring in this story. Where did you get your halberd? Does that really feel like the workings of Bahamut? You know it doesn't. You're not a fool. And I know we might not be able to convince you. We have quite literally been down this road before, and it, as I think we can all agree, was quite impossible to have any sort of conversation or convincing going on. It's your decision to make. I'm just asking that maybe you wait to make this decision.
I will say, to make either, I would imagine Lumaria would be the one that does this, to make a persuasion check. Now, with advantage with Beatrice as well. This is a high DC, though.
All right, dice, be nice.
Dice, be nice. One second. It's 17. Did you roll that at advantage?
I did.
Okay, well, flash of genius, +5.
I had
22.
set the DC at 25.
That makes sense.
If I may, just to depending on how things go. There was speak on the halberd. I've seen it with the flame. Is there any way to discern with like my background? Is this a cursed object?
I don't think you've seen the halberd in question. The one
The
that
halberd-
we're talking about.
Oh,
The one
the other
she's
one.
holding it.
The other one.
Oh, I'm talking about
Different. There's two of them.
Oh, good to know.
Well, so the other halberd, once again, was a rusty one that she had gotten from Arginvost. Or Arginvost Holt.
Didn't the power transfer?
Yeah,
Right.
because it.
So that was an old rusty one that now transferred into this one. So this
Okay.
one is looking like the same kind of thing. So, yeah, you are able to see this halberd looking pretty fucked up. In like an evilish way.
And then again, I'm trying to see if either the halberd or Blair is specifically cursed.
You can make assumptions, but to get like a direct answer, that's like an identify type of thing to see what kind of things are affecting her. I guess you could probably assume that she is, but to get a definite answer, you would have to do some sort of magic to like get the essence of her to know.
Okay. Either way, assuming that the check didn't work, Lumia is still going to try and like reach for her shoulder, but like not fully, just kind of like I want to try to have a heart to heart to get a consensual like tap on the shoulder if she lets
She kind
me.
of like, no, she'll like shrug back.
I don't know what it is you're scared of. But if you feel like you must be alone,
She just grabs her halberd.
I approach too?
Sure. I say like she begins to walk away a little bit, a few steps, and then finally you kind of catch pace.
I'll like get as close as I can before she gets I don't need to get within like arm's reach. I'm just gonna get like to her before she gets like bothered by it, I guess is whatever you want to call that.
It seems like she's not bothered by your presence.
Yeah, I'll get as close as she lets me, you know.
In my eyes, I'm just imagining she's walking forward, and I just imagine you're either next to or just behind Blaire.
Yeah. I know you're dead set on this, and I have tried to convince you otherwise. I plead with you to listen to us as a friend. And it's only because I don't want to see you get hurt. But I am not going to stop you, and I'm not going to get in your way. You are free to go.
She stops. She turns around and then gives you a hug, which she is still very short compared to Katya. So when she comes in, it's like a teenager, which I'm pretty sure she is. Pretty sure she's like 18.
I return the hug very like reluctantly and just have like the most solemn, like resigned look on my face, waiting for her to release it and respond.
I need to see this through. If there's any chance I have to restoring my order to where they need to be, I'm going to take it. I understand that you don't want to go, you don't want me to go, but I have to.
I know.
I do hope, if I make it out, that I can see you. Maybe, hell, I might even be there when you guys finally bring the fight to him.
I hope you live to see it.
She finally lets go of the hug. You can see tears that are beginning to form up that she wipes away. Rather, they burn off of her, evaporating.
He's just giving her this like hardened, sort of resigned, like maybe if she could not mad, but I'm disappointed. Yeah, there's this like disappointment behind the stoicism that in the look she's giving her, and she's just standing there waiting for her to take off.
Which she does. A few seconds pass, getting like a final look before she turns and you see her beginning to take off in flight.
As she begins to go, I'm going to, in her mind, say, there's a programmed illusion of Strahd on a bridge. There's going to be a wall of fire that you're going to need to get by. There is a fox devil inside of the Amber Temple himself who will read your mind and attempt to discern what you're really there for. There's a lich inside as well. The lich is a fool and doesn't really know anything. If you're going to really go through this, don't be a fool about it.
There's no answer, but you know it went through. Okay. So, Blair has officially left the party. The Baldur's Gate little little dialogue.
Well, that's a this seems quite sad, I think.
Well, if it's any consolation, at least there's a spot at the fire for you now. We've got a bit of a gap.
It works for me.
It's a lot of mixed emotions. The game's never easy, is it?
Well, if you play the right ones, they're fun.
What's your general opinion of how that was handled? Lume.
Well, poorly, but you know, there's another time for different efforts, I suppose.
What if you had had your say? I mean, you walked into a strange situation. You don't really know us. You don't know. I gesture in the direction of like the flying speck.
Oh, well, my understanding is that this individual was touched by darkness in some way. I would suppose between the magical inclinations, at least with the cleric, you could cleanse that, remove what plagues or a ceremony or two to help with that, rather than initiate what I would only explain as a bulldozer attempt at trying to force someone to bend to your desires. If there was even an inch of possibility that she would be redeemed or salvaged, that shield bearer burned that last piece.
Well, I think it should be eminently clear, and I gesture, like, sort of look around to this scattering of us, that that was not exactly the plan for the evening. And I think it would do well for us to all think on the fact how that decision was made, and that it was not made as a group. Not that every decision must be, but don't think that the plan here was to have a conversation with that person and try and convince them.
Oh, I see. When you have one member of the crew who does not pull their weight, then you let them drift amongst the sea and let them swim.
Perhaps. And I sort of raise my voice. I just think it would be worthwhile for people to know when they are given an opportunity to make a choice and do as they were trusted to do or act on their own, they should act carefully in the future.
Oh, so you're the captain.
Never.
Oh, that is the most captain response. I see. Okay. Indeed. Well, not captain. I think I understand the message here.
I hope someone did.
I do believe we should resume what a little slumber we can, unless you seek to depart post haste.
As you're all set up for camp, we're going to pan back over towards Citron. Where did he go?
Not very far, like 40 feet away.
Physically. What about mentally?
Physically. Oh, mentally. He's he's fuming. He really meant it when he said he was going to, or I guess I meant it when I said he was going to cool off. He does not feel like he's in a good place mentally right now. He doesn't want to fight the rest of the group. He's upset that they decided to let her go. And he's wondering what the next dark power will do, if that will fuck with him more. He's thinking about he's going through a lot of his memories right now. And the first thing he thinks is, I've died 3 times for this shit. I can't. Grr. And then is going to try and stop thinking as he slumps against a wall.
Okay. You all finish a long rest. The night goes on without any more events. You're able to heal up and regain all your spell slots, prepare all the spells that you need to. The morning comes, and what usually is a dark fog is now lifted. You can see a distance away through the fog. You can see the sky if you look above you. You can see animals, alligators, and snakes that pop up every once in a while. It seems like whatever magic was here is now gone. However, you have a big fucking dragon skull to take care of, and a side mission to also take care of. What would you all like to do?
Citron's going to stand next to the skull, wave everyone over, and say, "Are you all ready to take this back to Targetvorstolt?"
First, I'd just like to say I'm sorry to you all. I know that was my fault, and you didn't want to let her go. But I just don't want to turn on my comrades like that. Let the Amber Temple deal with her, and I will take responsibility. I apologize.
Are we all ready to go?
I'm sorry. Katya, that's very noble of you to apologize, but I don't think you did anything wrong.
I just know that we planned on one thing and I turned to a different way.
Fair enough. At least you gave us some indication of your plans. And I shoot Citron a look.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
Sorry, you said you actually wanted to inform us of a plan this morning? You wanted to gather us up as a group to attempt something?
Yes, to see if you're all good to take this back. Wasn't gathering y'all for a plan, just asking a question. Got the spell prepped, we can be there in a jiffy.
Yes, I'm ready to go, Citron.
Sorsha's gonna make sure she sees a tree big enough to get us back to where we need to go.
Yeah, there's plenty
make sure to prepare
pick
it.
from here.
I know. I just want they have to. It has to be a specific size
You're good,
to be
yeah,
able
yeah.
to transport through it. I just want to make sure that I've got that tree.
Yeah, for sure you're good.
Great.
Okay.
Confirming, we're taking this thing here to Targetvorstolt.
Yes.
Why?
It's his head.
It's
Zarginvol's head. Presumably he wants it back. I don't know where the rest of him is, but
Oh, okay, fine. I guess that we can go with that route. Carry on.
no, if we bring it back, then the rest of the army might actually join in on the quest to actually defeat Strahd.
As I failed once. But carry on.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Word of Recall and take us all back to Ardenwald.
Okay. Let's see. So, Word of Recall. I think that is good to pick everybody up,
let me-
right? I'm gonna,
Up to
It
5 willing
should be.
creatures. You and
Oh.
5.
you and 5 willing. Okay. So then,
That's enough.
Take
But
7.
yeah.
Good thing Blair left.
Nope.
Yep.
Kesti's there's 7 of us.
Oh, yeah, there
Oh,
is because
man.
Esmeralda
You're forgetting
and Sorsha.
Esmeralda's here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't the Mario have like a
okay,
spaceship
but
or
you've
something
got-
they can use?
I mean, Sorsha can stay.
No,
Oh, wait, no,
Sorsha
she can't. Oh, shit.
Sorsha
she can't.
needs to go.
How do we feel? How do we feel about putting people in the portable hole that is then carried? Is that still a creature?
No,
Then it's
that's
in
an
a hole.
item. They're
I
in
don't
a
need to
demi-plane.
breathe, so
Are you serious? Really?
yeah, I haven't
you're
had to
undead.
breathe
I
the
didn't know
whole
the
time.
vampires have that. That's fucking awesome.
I feel like I brought that up, but yeah, it's on
Probably.
like first thing on my character sheet. I don't need to breathe.
Dope.
The
All
first
right. Well
thing.
then,
It's literally yeah.
Before Katya's name
Before
is,
you think of
doesn't
anything
agree.
else, you don't.
Oh, I'm
need to
sorry.
breathe.
It's the third thing.
name, class, don't need to breathe.
Don't need to breathe.
Yeah, we
That's
can
it.
portable hole. Our little,
Okay.
our little hack.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, that pretty much hacks it. So you lay out the portable hole, which now becomes your workshop. Who's gonna go?
What?
Katya?
In the
Yeah,
hole? Yeah, Katya doesn't need to breathe.
makes the
Yeah,
most
'cause that's
sense.
the
Yeah.
safest.
Sure. All right. You jump on in there, and now
Pick
you
up
have
the skull.
just enough.
This
Let's see,
feels
and then-
demeaning, but I know it's necessary. So
Get in the hole.
I'm going.
If you can-
I'm going.
Yeah, I guess it's whatever you're holding too. So yeah, you.
How just like sits in a chair and it's just like
Yep.
waiting,
It's
Mm-hmm.
nice.
just looking, just staring at the black space.
A few minutes go
poke my
by.
head in, yeah, I poke my head in. If it feels like it's taking too long to come out, you can't force your way out. It just takes a little bit of gumption.
Just don't forget about me.
Ah, never.
So, Word of Recall is casted, and you all appear back in Arginvosthold. And you remind me, you had casted it on the 3rd floor?
God, I'm
Yes.
gonna fall through the floor with the skull. This rotted ass floor.
First safest
All the way
was
down to the ground floor? No.
there's a specific place we're supposed to take the skull to, right?
Correct, yeah.
Then that's probably where I would have set it up.
That's fine. Okay. I don't know if you actually said where, but I mean,
did not.
It's fine. We can set it up just out in the graveyard. So then you all appear in the graveyard, the cemetery of Arginvosthold. As you do, who's carrying the? I guess Citron could be too. Citron and Vaughn holding on. Okay. You appear in the cemetery of Arginvosthold. And I imagine that you're bringing it in. Is there anything you do before? No? Cool. As you open up these doors, you see a thick cloud of dust that kicks off the surface. This inside is completely dusted over as if it's never been touched in hundreds of years. The only light that comes into this is through the open doors in which you just opened. You see on the far wall, etched in Draconic, "Here lie the bones and treasures of Arginvost, Lord of Arginvostholt, and founder of the Order of the Silver Dragon." However, placed across the stone floor lie the bones of a gargantuan dragon with the skull missing. As you walk the skull to the head of this skeleton, you see light beginning to shunt up and you begin to see like some of the dust beginning to float in the air. This almost anti-gravity well right here. You feel this overwhelming sense of hope that is completely foreign in Barovia. But as you exit this mausoleum, you see this shining beacon, this light, erupting out of the top of this tower. Citron, and I guess everybody else, you all, thankfully, for bringing the Skull of Argynvost back, you all receive a +1 to all saving throws.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Dang.
How do I add this to my character sheet?
Great question.
Go to the little gear on the top right. And there should be a way to add a bonus onto all saves. You can find the saves thing. Global saving throw modifier in the save.
There you go.
Where?
Oh god, now I'm trying to spell Argynvost. Jesus. Oh.
Right over here on the right. This little box here. Cool.
So I'm gonna have to have you show me later.
I can't believe I just
You're
spelled
good.
Argynvost correctly. First try. Great.
Hey, look at you.
I have read that book so many times.
Oh, I see you're got into my character sheet.
I
Bless.
did.
Thank you.
Bless indeed, as you now have a +1 to your saving throws. As this happens, Citron, you especially are filled with it was a vacuum in the pit of your stomach. This hopelessness, this feeling that nothing would ever get better. However, it's like a puzzle piece now finding its last spot, and you feel complete again. Though, a few body parts here and there, but whatever. And with you feeling that way, you wonder what the rest of your folks might be feeling.
Yeah, he's
So-
just gonna BRB run into the castle.
Sweet.
I think first he's going to throw up outside, throwing up all the bad juju.
Yeah.
I imagine this kind of like sudden change in everything. Yeah, even though he doesn't need to eat, he throws up something
Yeah. Like
and then
black
rushes into the
tarish
castle.
type of
Yeah.
liquid. Mm-hmm. As you rush into the castle, you run up the stairs and finally find yourself on the 3rd floor once again, surrounded by your companions. You can see that they know something is happening, but they don't know exactly what. You can see for the first time Vladimir isn't staring out the window towards the castle. He as well is walking towards the center. Like something is happening and he's searching for the source.
Hey, hi, it's me, Citron. We brought the skull back.
You what?
We brought the skull back. The Argynvost. It's there. It's back. He's all put together.
How? How did you... never mind. Unimportant.
I found some great people to help.
He walks up to the spiral staircase that leads up to the top floor of Argynvost, and as you exit out of the no thunder, thank you very much. As you exit out of the door of this stairway onto this open balcony, you see the shining light in all of its splendor as it is spreading this golden glow across Barovia. People follow, and each one of them is just you could see their faces brightening with a smile as you have done the impossible. Vladimir looks to you and says, "I'm sorry." He looks over to the rest of... "I'm sorry. I have led you all astray. I have defied our order. And I had sunken into revenge and hate. You said that people have helped you with this.
Yeah, those strange folks who were here a few days back that I left with them. Everyone say, I don't know if everyone actually followed or not.
I don't know if I would have either.
Yeah.
I follow the captain.
Sure.
I would have stayed outside.
Yeah, I guess we're
They're
all
doing
hanging
their own
out
thing.
On the balcony,
in the graveyard.
you guys are down on the floor, basically. It's like 4 floors up, so they still see you there. And so he kind of looks over and sees each of you.
Do the thing.
Thank you. If you are opposed to Strahd, you can count on the Order to help you in the final battle. Citrin included. Thank you. You can see each of the Revenants still just in awe as they see the beacon is finally alight after hundreds of years. But they finally return back to the 3rd floor. And you can see Saris is now looking outside a window and just seeing the bright light entering. Huh. Well, I didn't think it possible. And he just enters back into his room as each of you are coming back to the 3rd floor. With everybody regrouped, is there anything that Citrin would like to do?
Oof. Is this the end? Are all of the revenants now conscious, or is it still?
It seems to be that way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All
It
right,
seems
then
like there was some sort of like reset done in the light of the beacon.
I want to go see Saris.
Okay. Not hard to do. Almost as if he knows that you're going to follow him, he leaves the door open. And you see the rest of your friends filling into the dining hall. And you see Saris just pouring some wine. Well, it looks like you were successful. Congratulations.
Does this do anything to ruin any of the things you've been ruminating the past few years?
No, of course not. If anything, it makes it easier.
I'm not sure if I like that or not, but all right. I'll take it.
Is that all?
What is your end game here?
To have powerful friends in high places.
Strahd could be a powerful friend, and he is in a high place.
Not friend. He would never share power.
Ain't that right? Can we count on you to help take Strahd down when the time comes?
Now you have my attention. He sets down the wine glass. Are you looking to make a deal?
You devil. Of course you want a deal. Nah, I figured this would happen. Maybe. Maybe I'm looking for a deal.
Well then, how about my services aiding you? And, oh, I don't know, I quite like it here. I get the mansion. You convince your leader of sorts to give me a more permanent abode.
Well, it depends when you want it, because I imagine once Strahd is taken care of,
Oh, after.
all of us will want to be. Oh yeah, all of us will probably want to be dead. So no one's going to stop you from taking the place.
Well, then you have nothing to worry about.
Now, when you say it like that, what's in the fine print?
Nothing. It is only a transfer of ownership. That's all.
Would my passive insight work here?
You're onto something. There's something going on, but you're not entirely sure what he has in plan.
Okay. All
Think
right, so
on
that's
it.
all I get with my insight.
Think on it. You don't need to have an answer yet. It's not like you're walking up to his front door at the moment. Just
Why do you
let me know.
want the castle?
Well, like I said, I've grown rather accustomed to this lavish lifestyle. This entire
place is a dump.
mansion.
It's a dump.
One person's trash is another one's treasure. Have you never heard
Uh-huh.
that saying?
What do you plan on doing with the mansion, with the castle?
Listen, we don't need to get into the details right now. It doesn't seem like you are needing my service just yet. I say, why don't you think about it and get back to me? I would rather like to enjoy this red wine.
I wish I could enjoy red wine.
You're welcome to try it.
Do you have a port? I'm a fan of port. I have a bit of a sweet tooth.
Of course I do. And you see his hand, like, magically appear. This bottle. Port just for you. And he grabs onto a wine glass, pours out a little, hands it over. So, I must know. I didn't see Blaire out there. Did she finally take the chance and travel towards her destination?
You mean do something stupid? Yeah, she's doing something stupid.
Well,
Well, I think it's dumb. Anyway, I guess maybe I need to calm down a little. Everyone else seems to be okay with her going, so
In the
just
end, you
worried.
have brought hope back to Barovia. Take a little. Hope that she comes back. And comes back stronger. You're gonna need every ally you can have for that fight.
All right, I think that's probably a good place to end that scene.
Sure. You finish up your wine and you take your leave. Meanwhile, what is everybody else doing outside?
I'm making my dog.
Understood.
Lume's mostly been drawing stick figures in the
Normal
dirt.
stuff.
Okay.
I would take a second to, because we're all kind of still near each other, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, you guys are all outside in the cemetery, just kind of hanging out while Citron's inside doing his thing.
I take a second while everyone's doing that and say, it brings me no pleasure to say this, but I think it's valuable that all of us should know. While Citron is a very saintly fellow, I don't necessarily think he can always be trusted. I made a calculated risk, and I apologize that it did not play out. To tell him about the situation with Blair in some terms, and that we were trying to wait it out, and that we would take Katya's lead on how to handle it. I don't know exactly what Citron tried to do last night, but he clearly initiated a situation that put us in an accelerated timeline. So, while I'm sure he has a heart of purest gold, it is also a heart of a fool. And I would
Now I understand why you were talking that way. I see now.
so just be careful with what you do or do not tell him.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
Boss.
Heart of silver. He's got a heart of silver.
Silver dragon.
Silver Dragon.
Okay. Citron, do you rejoin the group?
Yes.
Okay.
And like as he's coming up, I say, but for what it's worth, I still think that was on me.
Feel free to pick up whatever shit someone else drops for you, but it doesn't make it yours.
He walks up, mostly looking at Beatrice. All right, someone voted out of the group.
Of course not. You're coming with us to fight, right?
That's the plan. Though I don't think Beatrice is very happy with me right now. Beatrice, can we step aside for a moment?
Why would I ever talk to you one-on-one? It doesn't seem like you listen when I take the time.
I would like to apologize.
It's gonna take one hell of an apology.
Look, people make mistakes, people don't see eye to eye.
Here's my question. Do you feel you made a mistake last night?
Yes, I do.
And what
got
exactly was
hot-headed.
that mistake?
That mistake was jumping in and taking a lead that I didn't need to take. That I wasn't supposed to take. It wasn't mine to take. We all have. The dark powers aren't. I've been around for a long time, and when I heard that the dark powers were involved, I acted rashly. And I've died several times because of what the dark powers have done. And I would prefer there not to be more dark powers, but that doesn't give me an excuse to jump in without thinking.
You're correct. I'd also like to point out that not all of us have the luxury of multiple deaths at our disposal. So though you may have multiple undeaths or lives to gamble with, some of us do not.
I didn't gamble with them. I didn't expect to have that many. I didn't want that many. I'd be okay being permanently dead right now. I had that first battle. I lost. We all lost against Strahd. We didn't need to be brought back.
Citron,
Beatrice.
Namari.
Has Lamar just been there the whole time?
Yeah,
We've
they're
all
like
been-
right in nearby, like.
I mean, I assume you guys didn't actually walk away.
Yeah, I think we've all
Yeah,
just.
I
been
didn't like
standing here.
want to walk very. Beatrice is definitely like, you're gonna make me walk over there. You've already.
Yeah, Lamari's like in between, almost in the middle, but just off, just like.
Like ping pong.
Mm-hmm.
Just sitting
I-
crisscross applesauce sewing my dog together.
I appreciate your apology, but I want to make things very clear to you. We will never be the same person. We will never see eye to eye as we would like. That might be convenient, but that's not the case here. And I'd also make it very clear to you that I took a calculated risk, and that was my mistake in telling you the truth in that moment. You showed me how you will handle that truth, and I will be operating under those assumptions moving forward. Until that is changed through your actions or otherwise, I will continue to operate with those assumptions in my calculations. And finally, for the record, between the two of us, as you said, you would have rather stay dead that one time. As of right now, I feel quite similarly. So how about you keep your distance until you've earned my trust back? An apology is nice, but it will take time.
Oh, that's fine. It would also be great if, well, I could trust you, but I don't.
And I'm not asking you to. That's
Good.
the difference between
I'm not
the two of us.
asking you to either. I'm apologizing, but I don't need you to trust me. Fine, you can lie to me. That's the consequences of my actions. I am sorry, but that doesn't mean I necessarily want you to trust me with all of this. I think maybe it would have been better if you hadn't have told me. Now you know. Now I know. If the team will keep me, that's fine. I'll stick around. I will heal you all. I'll be backup. But no, we don't have to be friends. That's fine. Now we both know not to make the same mistake twice.
Charm to be in agreement, Citron. What is everyone looking at? We're not posing for a picture.
It was a very good conversation.
Glad you two are getting along well.
I just finished casting Find Familiar.
Vaughn has been through so much worth with Beatrice. No.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Lumaria
a normal
doesn't
convo
know.
with Beatrice?
Lumaria doesn't know
Oh, my
what
dog.
your familiar is. Becca, why don't you
So, okay. Well, that's been happening. Oh God, what's the body made out of again? It's a fox, right? So it's this corpse of a fox with like the skull there kind of like rotted away with these 4 human arms kind of sewn together coming out of it, and 2 human legs, one very different height than the other because the other was cut off at the leg. And there's like 3 pairs of raven wings like running down along its back. And I believe I've put the mimic tongues as like floppy dog ears at the moment on it. I believe that's all the parts of my dog.
Yep.
I think there's a little ribbon that's a tail.
I love that.
What is that?
That is Bocephalus.
It runs up to you in the most gruesome and disgusting way with all of its arms and legs.
It is downright beautiful.
Really?
As Lumar gets down, it's like, oh, it's so precious. And like tries to scritch a part that doesn't look like it would like peel skin off, kind of thing. It's
100%, yeah. Bocephalus is like leaning into it, loving it. Already an A-OK from Bocephalus, this new guy.
Does it consume anything?
I haven't tried to make it eat yet. I'm sure he could try to eat something if he wants to.
As Umari reaches into one of their pouches and pulls what seems to be a like mostly dried finger. It's like, and tries to like see if it'll like try and bite it.
Just eats the whole thing.
Fascinating. Do you digest properly?
I pick him up.
You see Bocephalus like turning around, and as it opens up its mouth, you can see like the finger now just becoming one with Bocephalus.
Oh, you've merged. Even better. It's precious.
I cradle him like a baby.
Perfect.
Do you like these are Katya's?
I point at some of the arms.
Like you say, then that's like, looks like Katya.
Those are Esmeralda's.
I don't. No, I don't ask. I just I do believe that the things have become a bit tense, and I do think we should maybe do a bit of dance.
We can
petting the dog.
we can go back to Perez whenever we want. This is Sorsha, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't
Trying
think it was
time?
Esmeralda.
No, I know more of for Jaden, because Jaden hasn't heard Sorsha's voice
Fair.
very much. I have the spell cast or spell prepared today, so
I made sure to prepare it.
if
I
we're
have to
ready
go
to
do
go.
something really quickly, but then I will be ready to go.
sure, I'm not in a rush.
Great.
Do you need help?
Cool. No, I'm good. Thank you.
I run into the castle.
All right. I think that's a good time to take a break. Let's go ahead and take a break there.
Sure.
While we're on break, we're going to be giving away a free copy of the Power Rangers TTRPG.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We're going to have that to give away.
That's fun.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
It really was. We did a one shot on it. It was so much fun. We
It's
broke
very
the
fun
game.
game.
It was like in the early stages of the game, but we like
Yeah. It was
completely
like
broke
right
it
as or
and did
before
like
it came out, and yeah.
it was
really
the
fucked that thing up.
like a similar thing in D&D to like rolling 10d10 on just one of your action attacks every single round. It was nuts.
Amazing.
As a level 1 character, by the way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you
So-
too can destroy the armies of Rita Repulsa.
If you win today's giveaway,
No, it is a fun game.
today's-
I like that one.
What code word? Oh, that doesn't fit anymore. We're gonna make it. Make it skull. That's gonna be the word for today. Because I expected battle, but I got none.
Why would you expect that?
I don't know. All right, starting the giveaway. Join in if you'd like. You have to be a follower, and then subscribers get 2 tickets. All right, do it. Do the thing. We'll be back. Bye.
Bye.
Become inspired by Sirenscape Online Player's massive sound library and weave your tabletop legends by building custom sound sets that bring your immersive world to life. Simply download the app to access the entire Sirenscape archive anytime you need epic sounds. The online player works perfectly alongside any virtual tabletop to bring your players together no matter where they are in the world. Broadcast your custom sound sets in real time with flawless audio quality to give them a game they'll never forget. Get the Sirenscape Online Player today at Sirenscape.com.
Skull Splitter Dice has something for every adventurer. The dice that you use could be the difference between life or death. With over 15 styles of metal dice, a variety of class-based cases, and other gaming accessories, we have something for every gamer. Our products are perfect for Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, and more. Be the envy of your party and get yours while supplies last by going to skullsplitterdice.com. Again, that's skullsplitterdice.com.
Table Talk is not your typical D&D TTRPG podcast. We are not here to run you through our whole campaign.
We're here to talk about everything else.
in the space of tabletop roleplay.
I'm your host, Alejandra Wilhelm,
And I'm also your host, Mariah Gresham.
and we're your tabletop roleplay girlies.
Seriously.
The Avatar.
all of them like pop out.
You know those ghosts, yeah?
Oh my god.
Robin, thank you, Robin.
That's the
Ass grabbing leather.
This is the most important of this chapter.
It's all written down. None of this actually happened.
Hi, we're the Slovenly Trolls. We're two big bad evil girls with a podcast all about feminism and Dungeons and Dragons. Each month we deep dive into a part of D&D history or lore, giving context as to why some problematic things are the way that they are, and encourage people in our favorite hobby to do better. So if you enjoy nuanced discussions, nerdy rants, cited academic sources, and dick jokes, you should check us out.
Welcome back, everyone. All right,
Hi.
let's check this giveaway out.
Welcome back.
Little fireworks. All right, here we
Fireworks
go.
are really good.
The pickle winner, Puppet D. You have won
Congratulations.
the Power Rangers TTRPG giveaway. I will send you a code so that you can redeem it on Roll20 yet, but I will do that later. For now, we return back to the world of Barovia. The land of Barovia. The world of Ravenloft. I don't know. The Domains of Dread.
There.
When we first left, Vaughn, you were
Hi.
rushing back into Arginvostholt.
Yeah, I wasn't I?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like something I was doing.
So I
I'm going
think
to
we'll
the
just-
third. I think I'm going to the third floor.
Yeah,
I
just
don't know
kinda
why.
casually.
I think I'm just going up there. Yeah.
Yeah, just casually going up there. Sure. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on the third floor now, and you see everybody's
Cool.
just kind of, bullshitting around in the dining hall.
Yeah,
The doors
I'm
are
gonna
open.
go find Sarah's.
Yeah. All right. As you enter into Ceres's domain,
Okay. It's a room.
You hear organs.
Okay.
in the distance.
It's a room with a sad chair in it.
It really is. You find him just sipping away on a good wine, and let's see. Let's throw it on.
Some organ music.
Yes. So, you enter into his room, and you can see he's just, minding his own business. What would you like to do?
I closed the door behind me.
Great. And with that, he just turns and says, it's good to see you. I heard that Blair has flown the coop, as to say.
She did fly away, yes.
So,
So,
what brings you back here?
I guess the manner that we previously discussed, even though no terms were ever actually agreed upon.
Ah. You would like to cash in, and how would you say that you have fulfilled this? Not agreed upon.
Not agreed upon deal, yes. I did inform Blair of every danger that I am aware of on her path to the Amber Temple. Granted, that is all I could do before, of course, she flew away. But I didn't kill her, which was the other option, which I don't think you would have liked either.
No, of course not.
I understand it's not the ideal circumstance, so I
Well,
understand if things
I
don't
would
work
say
out necessarily.
You have scratched my back, so... As a favor, of course. I'll scratch yours. Your mother, the one that you were looking for. Your father is dead, by the way. But your mother... You can find her in Valakai. She's still quite alive.
Thank you.
Of course. Now, I, of course, am feeling very generous.
Yes, this is the part where you want to offer me more information for me to do something else for you, but I'm very intrigued what you're going to ask me because that will tell me more about you.
Of course. Listen.
Yes.
I have given you this in good faith, and you're already going to be leading your way on to Valakai, I imagine. There is a person within these walls. Somebody that is...
Several, I would imagine.
Person.
People. Okay.
Person, not... undead. A person here. That... I have a little interest in. More so, I have an interest in his namesake. There is a young wizard that is holed up on the first floor. locked himself tight. He means to speak to me for a way out of Barovia. But I much prefer to have him in a place where I can control him. Listen, I'm going to be completely straight with you. I want you to bring him...
It's 2024.
I'm going to be very homo with you right now.
Thank you. Gay rights?
I don't think I like that.
I think that might have been worse.
I'm going to be very LGBTQ.
Can you just be direct?
I'm going to be direct with you.
I'm gonna be very neutral.
While also
I'm gonna be very neutral.
just so neutral
sexually
right
with
now.
You.
I'm just gonna say a thing.
Just gonna say a thing. I need him in Valakai.
All right.
You are going to Valakai.
Correct.
I would like you to place him there and kill Lady Fiona Wachter. If you do so, I will give you anything you might want. Just name your price.
Curious. Well, I believe we are going somewhere where a young wizard might be in danger, and I assume you don't want him dead if you want him in Valakai.
Of course not. No. When you make your travel to Valakai, please add him to the group. Bring him with you.
Of course. And until then, I will think on the matter of what I can get from you.
Yes, please.
All right.
Vaughn, do a perception check real quick.
Great. Vaughn, please.
Oh.
Cool. All right.
Oops.
Vaughn closes both eyes.
Do I have a... I don't think I have a reroll. I think I just had a d6. So... Nothing. A fool.
You don't see anything. It's fine. It's totally fine. Nothing bad. Of course.
Great.
really
You're really
hate it.
convincing me with a nat 1. So, great.
And everything was fine.
Yeah, and it's good.
I really hate it when the shady guy asks us to do something we were already gonna do.
What, kill Fiona Wachter?
Yeah. It doesn't give me a lot of confidence.
Cool. Was this an active looking thing or is it a passive perception thing?
It was a...
You made me roll, so.
Ooh, true.
You made me roll, but...
It is a passive perception thing, but... That is a good point. Now, I wanted to see if you could spot something.
Okay. And the answer was no.
Nope.
The answer was a hard nah, not at all.
Nope. Totally fine. Everything is A-okay.
All right.
Think about it.
I will.
And get back to me.
Of course. Now, I will leave you to your...
brooding.
Wine. I don't know what you do in here, and I don't really intend to find out.
Good day.
Good day. I leave.
Meanwhile, or as Vaughn returns to the group, I assume, what is everybody else doing?
So, go ahead.
Oh, I am no. You speak.
Citrin, did you speak to the commander? Is he willing to help us for bringing back your skull?
Did I speak to him?
No, I think he spoke
Wasn't he
to you only. Yeah, you were the only one there. Yeah, so
right.
he's...
Okay.
That was him, though.
All right.
That whole...
Right, no, he talked down to everybody. Right, yeah. He talked down to everybody and said, hey, we'll join your cause.
Okay,
we got
so
you.
right,
so
okay,
yes,
okay.
you know.
Never mind then.
Yeah.
I find myself a bit curious. What exactly is the plan to deal with the Strahd?
Put a stake through his heart.
No
Possibly a
offense.
sword.
What I've learned from Beatrice is that your plan inadequate. No offense.
No, that's
Fair enough.
So I guess I should be more pointed. Beatrice, Captain, what
yeah.
exactly is the plan?
I've never taken to rank. Frankly, I've just had a bit of a mare when I decided to illuminate someone to a plan. So I'm not sure how much of a plan I want to tell you. I will say that currently we are trying to time out an attack with one of our own actions as an attempt to divide Strahd's attentions. So,
So you have a plan, though, is the point.
yeah, at least in the immediate. How aware are you of Strahd's current activity?
I do believe that is a vague question.
Well, I mean, he's currently preparing for events, personal and otherwise. Do you know what those are? Or how tuned are you into the current goings-on of the palace?
I know I was looking for this woman that was perhaps important to Strahd to get an idea, and then I also realized that something was going on with this woman that was both in one city but not, dead but living, and with Strahd or not, I am not quite sure. The information has become skewed.
Well, I sort of like glance toward Katya. That sounds like your friend, I would imagine.
You're talking about the arena?
At least one name that has come up, yes.
Well, we have received an invite to the impending nuptials.
Right then, the look on Citron's face drops.
Don't worry, Citron, you're not on the invite.
Strahd is getting married?
Yeah, yes, that's sort of one of the things he likes to do.
But like,
So he finally got her.
oh, we're doing the pronoun game. Who?
Irina, Tatiana.
Not Marina.
No.
I see. Sorry, the information was wrong, or I'm not understanding the flow of time here.
Beatrice,
name
do a
was that
history
again?
check.
Who, me?
Yeah, Beatrice.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
What name did you say again?
Marina?
Marina.
History's not bad, guys. I don't use it that often. That's pretty good. Natural 20.
What fucking natural 20?
Damn.
Wow.
You have a +9 and you say it's not good?
Oh,
my
you
goodness.
think Beatrice doesn't have a memory about all of Strahd's booze? I have a list.
Yeah,
A notebook.
actually, you know what? I think Vaughn would also kind of know that name.
Oh shit. What up?
That reincarnation, it is a reincarnation of Tatiana. That one was originally from Berez. And the entire town had come to her aid to keep her from Strahd. And when she was killed, or rather, I think she might have done it No, I think the city did it. The town did it to keep her away. When that happened, Strahd just drowned them. Berez was once a town. It was not a swamp. But he just drowned them. And that is why Berez is the way it is now. That was Marina.
So that was that was a previous incarnation of Tatiana.
Correct. Yeah.
No,
It was a
right,
few hundred
yes,
years
Tatiana.
ago.
Yeah. Right. Same present, different rapid. Marina used to be the vessel of Strahd's beloved in a previous lifetime.
Do you know how long that would have been?
Few hundred years.
Yeah, I remember that one.
This is all news to me.
For the first time, you see what would normally be the cavalier expression of Lume actually kind of give a bit. I took too long. This is not correct. The timing is off. Well, I do believe that this wedding should have a few more guests at some point, yes?
Possibly. I'm not really unsure how we... Well, we earned an invitation. It wasn't something we requested. There's every chance that Strahd will take action against us before that. But as of now, the plan is to continue chipping away at his control over the elder powers and power centers of Barovia and try to protect ourselves as best we can in that process.
Understood. Strahd has an incarnation of Marina. Did she, in this time, go with him?
That's not my story to tell. I look toward Katya.
Esmeralda pops up and says, no, she did not.
So he was able to find her, and I'm assuming she was not able to defend herself, and Strahd took her.
She was taken away from us. She was not herself last time we saw her.
In what way?
More a husk than a person.
But not dead?
No, not yet.
So the next incarnation can't happen yet. Ah, good. That means we still have time.
Go ahead,
have
Jim.
Was maybe this isn't an on-stream question. Never mind.
Sounds good.
What is your specific interest in these incarnations?
My interest is strictly because it is Strahd's singular, if not primary focus.
And you said something about Timon.
Well, yes, I came looking for Marina, and she apparently has been dead for the greater part of centuries, so I would say I'm a bit late.
I don't like asking leading questions, so feel free to give more information this time around. Why were you interested in Marina? What were you going to do with her?
Well, eliminate Strahd. I feel like that's the obvious point here.
I guess so, and it's not necessarily out of line with our intentions.
I know.
Is she a key piece to defeating him? I know that she is what he wants and is looking to marry her, but I didn't get the impression that we could use her against him.
It's not so much using her against him, it's removing her from him permanently. No return, no incarnations. You slowly ease the torment to create a new one.
All right. Okay.
But the point is, there's still time.
Forgive me in not sharing your optimism, but we will do our best.
No one says you have to be optimistic. All things end in despair, misery, apocalypse, catastrophes, all kinds of things. We just make the most of it while we have it.
That is putting it rather bluntly, but I can't think of another way to say it.
Exactly. And as it currently stands, if my timing is what I believe it is now that I'm adjusting, you might be my last chance to fix this.
We have always been our own last chances.
See? And that is called optimism.
Well, if for the sake of moving onward, upward, optimistically, we'll be moving back to where we left. To start off on dispelling one of those anchors. And from there, moving very swiftly on to the next one. And as discussed, we will be signaling, and I look pointedly at Citron about to indicate, like, we've discussed the idea of like sending a sending spell. Signaling other activities at the same time to act, to helpfully split our attention.
Good. Terrains, pains, restore, and remove. Good.
Do you have more questions about the intentions with those things? Sush is really the one to talk to.
Oh, we restore the land, remove the dark grasp, and then in a term bond for Srod, something grander than a wedding.
Look forward to it.
Good.
I kind of give like a wide look to the others, like, yes, okay.
We return.
Yes, I can bring us back if we're ready. Okay.
Let's be on our way then.
Yeah, if I'm here, I'm ready.
Yeah,
I assumed I wasn't here for this conversation.
Oh no, you were here.
Okay, well
yeah,
then I said nothing.
Hey,
for no reason.
You were just hanging out
when
with
I definitely would have said things. That's fine. Nope.
Bocephalus.
Cool.
I mean, and Vaughn now feels like saying something.
No, Vaughn has nothing
Cool.
to say anymore.
Right on. Cool. Right on. All right. So you all regroup and you begin trekking to one of the larger trees that is down the road from Argene Mostholt. You spend about maybe 30 minutes hiking until finally there's this large, I don't know, oak, pine, because this seems like a more northerny type of place. There's a pine tree that is very large and easily able to fit each of you, and you transport directly back to Berez. When you're there, once again, that feeling of darkness and weight is gone. But You have a full day ahead of you.
Do we know where exactly this is in Brez?
I think it's that way. And she points over towards, like, across the river.
All right.
I'm feeling a presence that way.
Well, I suppose follow the presence then.
It's a good place to start.
We're going to do it now? Okay.
Might as well, right?
Yeah, I am ready. Okay. All right.
Did anybody want to? I know you just used up a spell. Do we want to wait for that to recover, or?
That would take an entire day.
Sure.
Well, we could walk into wherever the presence is, because if it's far, then, we might, I don't know, have to fight an alligator or something.
And
I guess we should at least get closer to it before we put down for the day. We don't know exactly where it's at.
And the last time we did this, it was a very long. Didn't we rest during the last endeavor?
We did do that,
It's
yeah.
very possible we would rest during as well. There's no harm in us taking longer, really.
Well, I mean, we are a little bit on a time limit.
Right.
As Lume already starts going the direction, like, I thought we were going.
Out of character, I feel like we should kind of like press on for a bit. Like, there's a chance that there will be like, oh, we need to take a long rest while we're doing this thing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So you're gonna try and get like a visual on the site.
Yeah.
Hoping that it's not like a...
Because Golthia's tree was huge.
Golthia's tree was huge, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Good point.
Okay.
There for a long time. Oh, God. If it's as bad as it was last time.
It'll probably be worse.
No.
You had casted Water Walk towards the evening of the day, right?
Oh, if
And
it's...
it lasts 24 hours, correct?
Does it last?
Water walk lasts 1 hour.
Is it?
Oh, it lasts
1
1
hour?
Yeah.
Water breathing is the one
lasts
that's
24 hours.
That's
so
what
that
it
we
is.
still got.
Yep.
If we're moving across water, I will cast
There
it.
is a large body of water, like a flowing river that Sorsha is pointing towards the other side.
I had
Okay.
it prepared.
Yeah. I'm not about to throw an alligator towards you guys. You guys
What?
fuck it up.
I wrestle it.
All right, roll a d20. Let's see if it happens. That's what I was going to ask for originally.
Oh.
At 20?
So
All
worse
right.
of a nat 20.
Citron.
Nat 20 for gator wrestle.
You are walking across the river, and you are suddenly pulled under as this sharp tooth maw clamps down onto your leg and then pulls you under. Vaughn.
Wait, which one of... Okay, Vaughn.
It was Citron. Citron got yanked under. Vaughn, you know exactly what this is. You've seen it before. You've had this happen to you before.
Yeah.
It's a gator.
It's a gator.
You see that Citron is like halfway through the water, which obviously shouldn't happen because of the water walk, but is like thrashing and like creating waves of his own. And you could just see this gator just beneath the surface of the water. What do you want to do?
I'm going to throw a psychic knife at it because it should be able to go through the water.
Absolutely,
it's
it should. 100%. All right.
Citron's just got this like face, just thinking like, is this how I die? I welcome death's warm Gatorade embrace.
I'm not
Take
raging.
me, Gator. Take me.
Oh, but I do get sneak attack because an
Set
ally
me
of mine is
free.
within. If a 16 hits.
Very true. Very true.
So that would be 18
I would
damage.
imagine that a 16 definitely hits. Only
Is
11
18?
hit points. It just floats up. There's no entrance wound, no exit wound. It is just dead by brain damage.
Perfect. I pick it up.
There you go. You now have a body of an alligator. You're like kind of, every time that you step in the water, there's just like this dent in it because of how heavy you are at the moment. But
carrying a gator that weighs more than me.
Bocephus is going to get real weird now.
Oh, yeah.
About to get jacked.
I love it. You finally make it to the other side. Following Sorsha's lead, you come to a clearing. at least the outskirts of the clearing before you decide to move forward. You see that there is a space that was exactly the same as the base of the Golthius tree. This seems to be the shrine. There's no dungeon. It seems like it is just there for the taking.
That's...
So, sorry, so the shrine that we're looking at is like the shrine we found down in the middle, like the final thing?
Correct.
Got it, okay.
Oh.
And it's just there?
It's just there. You just see these towering monoliths that are encircling this central circle that is overgrown with moss and vines. You can see that there is a circular water moat that's encompassing it. You can see that there is like a circular flow. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just flowing on its own in a clockwise fashion. You can see that there are multiple unlit runes, these same runes that you had seen before on the previous monolith that were lighting up as Sorsha was entering into the hole that was at the center of it, though this one doesn't seem to have that same entryway.
This sort of just looks like Sorsha, you can just kind of do your thing and it'll be...
Does this seem a little too easy to anyone else?
Yes.
Was the big dragon part of it, or?
Theoretically,
Has
I
it-
guess Perez.
Guess so.
Has it always looked like this? I scroll back through my notes, and my notes do say Vaughn knows where this shrine is, so I've seen this before.
Yeah, you've seen this before. Yeah, it looks like as if it was before. It doesn't look any different.
I'll ping a magical awareness.
Okay. How close are you getting to it?
Within my magical awareness range, which is... I have too many things. There are too many things that I can do. There it is. 60 feet.
Okay. It is lighting up with magic. You could see abjuration. Conjuration, maybe, too? Yeah. Seems to encompass it.
Yeah, it just looks like that. It's magic, of course, but...
Sure.
Do I know which one this is and any details about it? Has my mentor taught me what to actually do with this other than find it?
Your mentor had told you to find somebody that is deeply connected to nature in order to reconsecrate this. He knew that like this is a big deal, and he wasn't sure if you were going to be able to do it.
Yeah, of course not.
So he recommended that you find somebody that knows what they're doing, which luckily you have Sorsha here. Yeah. But he did say reconsecrate it. So you know like the language around it. You know that that's what needs to happen. But how to do so is... you'd have to get creative.
Let's get creative. Lume goes right into the middle of the space.
Oh.
Okay. Alrighty.
One small logistical question. The thought is that Sorsha will teleport us to the next place as soon as this is done. Does she have the spell slot to do that if she hasn't
She
long
does
rested?
not.
No.
Okay.
So
she
if you
needs
guys
to
want to... you guys have seen it. If you guys want to chill, that's fine. But this is where the shrine is. You have seen that it is brimming with magic. That's the word that I was looking for last time. It is brimming with magic and
Chock full of magic.
chock full of it.
Chock-a-block.
This baby can fit so much magic in it. Just slap the
Jump on it.
monoliths.
So I would say, like, as Lumaria sort of steps forward. I'm sorry. Just a moment, actually. For our coordination to work, we do need her to have that spell back. So we are going to have to wait. Is that going to be a problem for you?
Well, shouldn't we know what we are working with? Even if she had the spell, if we don't know how to deal with this, then we're wasting time solving it, yes?
Well,
Also,
assuming everything goes to plan, there's not really any. Is there any way to know before we try?
Yeah. Can we investigate it without activating it? I guess would be the question.
Yes.
I don't know. Give me a second. Can you roll a
Yes, because I have Sorsha's character sheet open.
nature
Yes.
check for Sorsha?
Yeah, sure. Oh. Can I do this in a way where it'll make sense? No. Yep. There she is. Okay. Nature.
14. Okay.
I'll hit you with a no, I'm not gonna hit you.
Okay.
I do I have? Nope, I don't have guidance. Okay.
All right.
Just looking around in there.
Anything else?
Wait, what are you
Could
doing?
Bocephalus have provided the help action?
Not in this. No.
I'm going to I'm going to activate my thing.
Empowering bond.
Actually,
Yes,
what is
empowering
her
bond.
wisdom score?
Her
I don't
wisdom's...
I don't agree with nature being in this case intelligence. It should be
Oh, then it would be plus an additional. Her wisdom's a 20. So.
okay. So then she has +5, which she's proficient in nature. So then she would get an additional
4.
She gets an additional 4 points.
additional
on that.
5. Wait,
Well, her
what's the
intelligence
+1?
score is a plus. That's her.
The plus one's her intelligence.
Oh, that's her intelligence.
Yeah,
got
she's
it.
got a-
got
she
it.
got
Plus
12.
4 for the proficiency, plus another 4. Okay, cool.
You
So
calling
then that'll be
Sorsha
18.
stupid?
Yeah. Hey, whoa.
Stupid? That's
Hey.
above average intelligence.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly. She's a smart girl.
Absolutely. So, you all watch as Sorsha walks over the water that is circling around it. And she places her hand onto one of the monoliths. You see the runes beginning to light up all throughout. This low blue energy that is beginning to shed its light onto the center. Where you see a broken, or not broken, sorry, a cut down tree. The stump still there and seeming to be like shriveled, almost like a raisin. You see her placing her hand onto the monolith and closing her eyes, and with that energy glowing. This seems like a bit of a process. I would have to connect to, it seems, that tree. But I don't know, it should be relatively quick. About as quick as last time, it seems. You know, minus all of the dead people.
Right.
Right.
Well, all right then. Should we post up and take care of it when you're refreshed then?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So, you are all packing your things up to spend the day. I guess, actually, can you have a long rest right after? I mean, I guess you can. It's just 8 hours, right?
I'm starting this.
You spend the day just chilling, hanging out. Is there anything you guys want to do during that day?
Vaughn would like to talk to Beatrice.
Great.
Okay.
Lamari
I'm
would like to
taking-
eavesdrop.
Oh,
Of course.
I
well,
would
I'll
like
talk
to mind her
Beatrice in my
business.
head.
I'm fiddling over some designs, I would say, down in my workshop.
I will like knock at the top of your workshop.
Which is just like a hand,
That's
like
a hole.
sticking in.
Yeah.
My hand sticks in and I like knock on like something that's nearby.
You're always welcome.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure.
And I extend my long spindly limbs down.
Hi.
Hello.
I got information that isn't very useful to everyone, so I don't know what to super do with it. My mother's in Valakai.
Your mother's dead. What are you talking about?
Not that one.
You have an actual biological parent.
Two, theoretically, but my father's apparently dead. So I was told earlier today.
A look of relief comes over Beatrice's face, actually. That is, in some ways, absolutely meaningless. In other ways, excellent news, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Parents are not, it's not really relevant. But this is actually good. Because, frankly, I was a little concerned because you were theoretically created as like some sort of advanced homunculus, that there might be some sort of consequence of that we weren't aware of. But this is confirmation that you were actually biologically
meant to be something that's probably not like this, but something like this.
So you were instead adapted, I guess, by Baba Lysaga. Not...
I crawled out of her stomach.
Well, I'm sure that there was some sort of gestation period for her to infuse you with this.
Presumably. I don't really know. I didn't have the chance to ask. I can't really do a seance. I think we got rid of her spirit finally.
And how did you get this information?
I told you that that compatriot wanted to ensure that Blaire got to the Amber Temple. And Blaire technically started to make her way to the Amber Temple.
And you gave her some sort of help.
Theoretically, I warned her about things.
Right. Well, I guess she'll have better chances, which is not great for us, but I'll just have to deal with that later. What do you want to... Do you want to do something about this?
I'm intrigued by it. I would like to do something about it, but I understand it's not that important.
I find that family is as important or not important as you choose for it to be, I guess.
Well, I've killed one mother, so I should figure out if the other one's worth keeping around.
I mean, I guess
right?
It's all the powers in your court. You could continue on. Theoretically, this... Well, I think she'd probably be aware that there was a child.
Presumably.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, I've always had this.
I pull out my first amulet of whoever, the Moonweaver.
The Moonweaver, yeah.
Yeah.
I've always had this, and I don't necessarily know where I got it from. Because we know Baba Lysaga. She doesn't really...
But she didn't take it away from you either.
No. I'm also squirrely.
Did she ever try to take it away from you? Or did it seem like she didn't really...
I don't know.
Did she?
Did
I'm a squirrely
Vaughn
little
try
guy.
to hide it?
Yeah.
I would say no.
I know we have more pressing things to look into. So if we're just in Valakai at some point. He also wants someone brought to Valakai and then wants us to kill Fiona Voctor.
Which
I think we were going to do anyway.
we were planning to kill her. But who is this other person he wants?
There's apparently some wizard just hanging out in Norgenvoshult on the first floor.
I don't. We are not a taxi service.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not. Yeah, I didn't agree to anything.
Sure. And what will he give you if we do that?
Anything I want. Which is concerning if it's just a wizard. And just killing Fiona Voctor.
It's never just a wizard.
I know, I'm not just a wizard, so a lot of other things.
Well, that is...
information of all sorts.
Information, theoretically, changes nothing. If you don't want it to.
Right. We should see if it is worth changing, though, theoretically.
Yes. And he didn't give you any information on how to find your mother?
I didn't really help Blair.
That's fair.
If the deal was to help Blair, I didn't really do anything. I more helped by not killing her.
True. Well, I mean, I guess we'll just have to think on that until we get to Valakai.
If and when we do, would you
Would you like to write it down?
No, would you help me with that? I don't know how, but you don't have to. You don't have to. It's fine. I can find her on my own. I'm probably good at finding things.
No, it's not that I wouldn't want to help. It's just I would want you to be careful because, you know, sometimes...
I mean, I know probably if the townspeople of Valakai see me, they'll try to kill me.
Well, we can handle that, and we'll kill them if they're rude. But if you are interested in finding this person, I will, of course, stand by your side. But I would like to caution you. Parents, as you know,
we might have to kill her.
You might have to kill her. Might have expectations of you.
Right. Will want me to write their sequel to their book. Yes.
Right.
This is all pretty common stuff. This is all assumed.
Yeah.
Standard fare.
Standard parent stuff.
Just parent stuff, am I right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not targeted at all.
I just would I just want to caution you because you never know what you could end up in a situation with parents, and I would hate for someone to, whether or not they're biologic related, to lead you astray and put you in danger or anything like that. And we just don't know who they are. We just don't know them.
Right. We'll be cautious about it. I'll be cautious about it.
I think that's very wise.
Thank you. Cool.
Sort of exciting, though.
Sort of exciting. I'm excited. But yeah, do you need help with anything?
Well, if you want, maybe look at some designs I've been working on, and
of course.
Bring out some little designs, and I kind of show Vaughn a redesign I've been working on, which I'll let Becca know what I'm
Ooh.
Nice.
Secrets.
So, while that happens, outside of the workshop, the portable hole, is anybody else doing anything?
I will say Lume is in a bored state, in a seemingly also meditative. I'm mainly trying to just convey all the details to Mentor. I know he doesn't respond much, but I'm making sure that he gets all the information.
Okay.
Two things going through my mind. One, I think Citron needs a friend. Two, um, I Citron hasn't really gotten like one-on-one time with anyone except for Beatrice. So like I want to have like Citron one-on-one time with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaya's just hanging out. I want to be your friend. She's just chilling.
All right, yeah.
We can kick it.
Yeah, Citron's gonna head over to Katya,
Okay.
I guess. What's Katya doing?
I think she's just like exhausted from the last 24 hours and all the drama between everybody, and so like enjoying just a moment, just like a nice rest where we can hang out here with like the goal right behind us and be just like sitting with her like back to the shrine and just like scanning the horizon, waiting for the other shrew to drop, just for like something fucked up to come out of the woodwork. So she's just kind of sitting down in camp.
Citron's gonna sit next to her, but kind of like the back to back, so he's not actually looking at her. So, what are you like?
What am I like?
Yeah, what's your character? What role are you playing here? What's your story?
They're so direct with these things. I was brought here against my will by Strahd, and at every step I have been trying to go back home. And the only way to do that is to go through Strahd.
I feel that.
It's been one struggle after another.
What's your relation to everyone else?
I like to consider them my closest friends. They are... don't know. You know, it varies from between them what they think of me. We are all allies and working toward a common goal, and I'm sure certain people would call me naive for that.
All right. Citron's going to lay on his back now, stare up at the sky. What's your favorite color?
Dark forest green.
It's my
She kind of
second
like
favorite.
she kind of like wraps herself up in the cloak that is that color.
Nice. Yeah, Citron kind of fidgets with his scarf. That's a similar color. That's a good color. Where'd you get that cloak?
Truthfully, I stole it. It was my
Stole mine
father's
too.
It was my father's colors, and the colors of the uniform of the guard. I took it on my way out.
The guard were from where you're from.
Correct.
Where are you from? If you don't mind my asking.
I come from a township called Krovaki. It's outside of Barovia, somewhere beyond the mists. I don't know the relation to it.
Why'd you walk out?
I ran out, actually. I ran for my life. My father was the lord of the city, but Strahd corrupted everything and took him away from me and put his own pawn into power. And I was kept as a prisoner for many years before I managed to run.
Who was the first person you ever had a crush on? Citron kind of realizes this is heavy stuff. He knows Katya better. It's gonna make things a little happier.
Can I, real quick, do a perception check?
Sure.
I want to know if Lumari's listening in on this.
Okay. Yeah. Lumari. Because I know you are. Do a stealth check. 22.
15. No, okay.
It doesn't look like it. Lumari's just in a trance right now.
Mm-hmm. First crush. Truthfully, I don't know that I've ever had a crush.
Really?
Not since I was... My life since being a little girl has been nightmare and torture and torment. I haven't really had time to slow down and develop these feelings.
Well, I'm sorry.
I kind of like... She kind of like blushes for a second and looks around and is like... Sorsha did give me my first kiss, though.
No shit?
You just hear Lumari's been trying to hold that trance. It's like, what?
It's, yes, it's true. I had a feeling you were
Lumari,
listening. You might as well just come join
come
us.
Here.
It's all right.
Like legs crossing, like hobbles over, bounces.
All right, story time.
It's not the best story. I was under a spell of possession from my mother, and she tried to break me out of it.
Oh.
It was a very kind gesture. But she's married.
I have so many more questions.
Ask him.
This is...
We have the time. I can't guarantee answers.
I don't even know where to begin. I only have, I guess... Why do you all work or stand together? You seem all so distinct in your opinions, approaches.
At the end of the day, the goal is the same. And if we all have different approaches, then we can keep trying them all until one of them works. And for my part, if we all work together, then we keep close, and I can keep them all safe.
I see. So you are the... You want to keep them safe. The hero, or at least of your story. You wish to return home.
Yes.
And you, Zitran, just wish to free Barovia.
I don't know if I can leave Barovia at this point. Or rather, I don't think it matters if I do. I've been around a long time. Longer than a human or a dragonborn should. I've died multiple times. I mean, it'd be nice to have a few more years outside of Barovia, but I also had 18 decent years before I came here, so
Have you ever had a crush, Citron?
Oh yeah. His name was James. This was in El Terrell. He had this curly red hair, sort of like Fatima's, or I guess, sorry, like Tatiana. He had a really nice smile and a giggle that, even if I didn't find something funny, if he did, I'd start laughing because of the way he laughed. But that just, like most things, it just didn't turn out. Time.
Time. Yes.
Time. Yeah.
He sounds like a joyful person.
Well, he was. He could still be alive. He's an elf. Elves live for a while, but I've also been here a long time. I don't know how time works in Barovia, if it's different here than on the outside. There's so many different.
He's stupid.
You hadn't even considered that. Suppose it stands to reason it would work differently in here.
It does.
I don't know. I had an argument with him, sort of like the one I had with Beatrice, and that was the last time I talked to him.
Well,
then I ended up here.
So sad.
Do either of you know any lycanthropes?
Several.
A few.
All right.
You
That's
interested?
it. That was the question. I don't think I could be turned into one, but I think they're pretty awesome.
I used to run with the pack not too long ago, I think, depending on how time works.
Yeah, how is time with you? I mean, you agree time kind of works different here. I keep saying time. Time is you tell us something.
You said that what Blair was trying to do would not work. Do you know what will happen?
In what Blair is attempting to do?
Just in general. Is that sort of is that like a because of time things, or just because of a hunch?
I know because this realm, this land, it is not real.
In what way?
In that it was made for a purpose different than the others. It sits amongst the mist created for torment. And everything else are just pieces on the board to ensure that torment continues.
Certainly doing its job correctly.
I mean to say, the torment you experience here is not meant for you. It is a product of what is occurring around you.
I think at that, Esmeralda kind of joins in on the group and says, Are you from another place like this?
From? No. Came from before? Yes.
So you've traveled through the domains?
A few.
I have too.
I am aware.
You are aware? I see. No. What? How are you aware of that? What is... How do you have so much information about what you are doing and who Tatiana is, what to do with Strahd, who the fuck I am. What is this? How do you know this?
Because I came before any of this was what it was in some ways. But more importantly, I have been taught the ways the mist works, the way the darkness moves, the way the shadows dance. I have been taught in all things that make this land as it is. All those that move through it, I am privy to.
So in order to learn, you have to be taught. Someone knows how the mist works and has taught you this.
Yes.
Would you tell us who that is?
Absolutely. I can tell you, it means nothing to you.
Fair.
Esmeralda just looks over to Katya. Who is it?
Might as well.
There's many names to claim to whom they are. Some may call them a tyrant, a royal, a sorcerer, a wizard, a something more, something less. I just simply know them as what I call them. My master, my mentor, Rex.
Please hold.
Anyone you know, Citron?
I don't think so.
That's a 25.
As I said,
Whoa, what
no one
was
you
that,
would know.
Johnny?
That was a 25 that Esmeralda just rolled.
On what?
On Arcana.
Oh no.
Rex, you said.
The golden eye glows with her recognition. Yes?
What is your relationship with him?
I believe that has been answered. To learn, someone must teach. If they are the teacher, then I am the student.
So then have you been to Darkon?
There's like a... I would only describe it as a mildly vindictive smirk. And why do you ask that?
Curiosity.
No. Curiosity is something when you wonder what could be. You know something, and you seek validation.
Validation, curiosity, semantics. I am aiming to understand who we have just let into our party.
The only thing that can stop Strahd, for good.
I would like to be brought into the loop here if possible.
Yes.
Rex, you said the name was?
Yes.
Esmeralda, you don't seem to like this.
I don't know my opinion just yet. Which is why I've been asking so many questions. Rex was once a Dark Lord of another domain. Though rumors of what happened to him after something, I've only heard rumors, but the rumors say that he's gone.
Yes.
But it seems that he's not.
His redemption is incomplete.
Redemption. I see. Huh. Your ultimate goal is to kill Strahd, correct?
No, it is not.
Again, nomenclature. You are aiming to kill Strahd and disconnect him from Vampire, the dark power that is currently controlling Barovia. Correct.
You are closer, yes.
I'm finding it hard to understand what more would be added there, but as long as you are helping us, let me phrase it this way. You are not aiming to betray us at any point, are you?
I have no intention to betray you. I have no inclinations towards you in either way.
His head's just going back and forth, watching you two talk.
Okay.
It's good enough for me. I believe them.
I don't see that they are telling any lies.
Is there anything else you would like to tell us about Rex or your goals in this land, Lumaria?
As I said, Barovia was created to bring pain. But it is not the only one.
Do you have to travel and release each of the domains?
I plan to break the bond that makes these domains what they are.
Yeah, alright. That's good enough for me. Rex.
Feel like we need a bit of a topic change here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe you should ask another one of your questions.
Yeah, so, Lume,
yes?
With all this time stuff, you knew Marina. Did you happen to know of Fatima?
I'm going to clarify, DM. I don't think I do, because I don't think Fatima has to do with...
Wouldn't have been a... Yeah, you wouldn't have had any information about it. Wouldn't have been relevant.
The name is not necessary or pertinent to my objective, so no.
All right. Would you rather face 100 vampire-sized ducks or 100 duck-sized vampires?
Oh, duck-sized vampires.
I could take on a whole mess of those ducks. I would take the duck-sized vampires.
I have dealt with at least one monstrous duck. It is not enjoyable. I'll take vampires. Especially if they're duck size. Yes.
I don't like ducks. I hate them. It's just... what's the stupidest thing, and yet... Okay, Katya, have you ever had alcohol?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever been drunk?
I think so. I think she did.
So at the
winery once or twice.
Yeah, I think so. With the whole celebratory games that you
The
guys are playing?
wedding?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
The wedding as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yes, once or twice.
What's the wildest thing y'all have done drunk?
Besides puking?
Yeah, besides puking.
Putting on the wedding wasn't really a drunk decision.
Accidentally stealing the egg of a dragon.
Oh, okay. No, I want to.
Every fucking
Tell us
thing
more
you
about
say is
that.
just another thing that I'm like, what the fuck?
You asked what I did while drunk.
Fair enough.
But what? We're gonna put a pin in that. I want to hear this entire story. At some point, maybe right now. What is the story behind this?
And with
I'm
that,
very interested for it.
we're going to end tonight's session because I think that is a perfect. We'll hold you all until next session.
Oh. Cliffhanger.
Yeah, I think we're good. It's wild. We're actually playing every week. There's no
Whoa.
breaks so I think next Monday we're
Knock
all
on
good.
wood.
So, yeah, we're going to see you all next week when we gather back together to play Ravenloft Misfits. Thank you all so much for joining us. Do the follows, do the subscribes, do the ratings, 5 stars, all the good shit. I hope I didn't jinx it. I'm sorry. Yes, thank you all for being here. We all love you. It's like one of the main things that I look forward to every week because you guys are awesome. It really is.
Aw, shucks.
You guys meaning the royal you guys, as in like all of you and then all of the Twitch folks. It's great.
Yeah.
So much
We
fun.
know. We love you
And
too.
people who are listening to the podcast.
Yeah, audio
Oh,
listeners
Twitch.
too.
I said Twitch folks. I meant listeners and watchers and stuff like that. That's what I meant. So yes,
No matter when
all
you're
of you.
listening to this,
If
we love you.
you're listening and I said you, I mean you
You're hearing this right now.
right now.
Yeah.
The future. All right. Anyways,
Whoa.
we're gonna see you all next week. Thank you all for joining us. So make sure to level up, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.